Hey everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. Here today with my friend Jonathan Bloom, the owner of Refiners Firearms. He's my FFL, I go to him all the time. Just picked up a gun here today.
Yes, you did.
We're filming this on Independence Day, America, heck yes. But today I want to talk to you about something a little different. Another episode of the 1911 and you. And I came here for this because my friend Jonathan is the 1911 guy.
I love the 1911.
That is your thing. You're always
is.
giving me a hard time about carrying
is, yeah.
plastic pistols and those things, right?
Tactical Tupperware.
Yeah.
Or
these
a real
fine
gun.
things. Now, we did a video down at easyfirearms.com, and I love Danny and Cheryl for letting me stand on their gun case and say, here's what a crappy 1911 looks like, and here's a good one. But when we start talking about bespoke guns, we start talking about the ones that you want to carry, we have two different standards here. So today, I want to talk to you about the difference between an incredible hand-fit gun that you would depend your life on and introduce you to the concept of a barbecue gun.
I love barbecue.
Many thanks to MagTech Ammunition, the sponsor of today's Active Self-Protection lesson. It's the only ammo I put through my rifles or pistols at the range. So there's this interesting bit. Let's talk first and foremost about what makes for a really high-end 1911. And you are the 1911 guy. So tell me, why in the world would I spend something like this? Is a Nighthawk Custom.
Yes, it is.
$3,600 gun.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, incredibly beautiful. Why would that gun be worth $3,600 as opposed to, say, you get a Springfield GI for $600, $700, $800? Why would I spend the extra money? What would be your answer, Jonathan?
So this is, this whole tier, whether it be Wilson Combat, Nighthawk Custom, Guncrafter Industries, Cabot, and the other high-end custom guns like Springfield Custom Shop, their upper tier. It's like the Ferrari or the Bugatti tier of the 1911. So yes, so 1911s, you can get a good 1911 for just about the $7,000 to $1,000 price mark, something that you can trust your life on. And there are several good production manufacturers that build quality 1911s from the $1,000 to about the $2,000 price mark. But when you step above that, you've got lots of refinements in the finish, in the fit and finish, in addition to the base high quality of the gun, the stocks, and most importantly, the gunsmithing to hand fit and tune that firearm to make sure it runs perfectly and smoothly each and every time.
So how many hours would you say it takes a gunsmith at Nighthawk to build this gun?
Lots and lots. You know, that's a great question. In fact, I'm going to ask that question. I don't know exactly how long, but they spend an enormous amount of time. Nighthawk is one of those custom gun manufacturers. They have one gunsmith that builds that gun start to finish.
Right.
The other manufacturers often have 2 or 3 of their best gunsmiths hand tuning and assembling and fine tuning the pistol. Nighthawk, that's one of their signature trademarks, is one gunsmith, one gun.
One gun. So from start to finish, from getting a bare frame, fitting it. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm going to tell you, you buy one of the $1,000 1911s, and you might get one that runs okay. You know that I said in the previous video, I think it's $2,000 and up before it's a gun you really want to depend your life on. But I'm going to let you listen. This is a gun out of the box. It is an unfired gun. So this has been built by a gunsmith. Now, here's what I want you to listen to. See if I can get it on camera. I got to take safety off. Do you hear how smooth that is? You may not be able to hear it. You may be like, I don't hear anything. Well, that's because it's not grating the rails in the frame. Yeah. It's butter. I mean, it literally, I mean, I love stuff like the grips that they use are absolute tier above what you're going to see. Very grippy. Of course, you know, textured front and back straps. Trijicon high visibility front side with what looks to me like a Heine straight 8 rear.
It is. Yes, it is.
And I mean, just the right touches. I'm not going to dry fire this gun a whole bunch because somebody's going to come in and pay $3,600 for it, and I don't want to mess with their amazing gun. But beautiful stuff. All right. So that's why you'd pay that. Now let's talk about the step up from there. Now,
yes.
Now, if in proper Texas lore, there's a difference between your everyday carry gun that you go hunt bad guys with. The next step up from there, a court gun that a proper Texas Ranger or police officer would, when they go to court, they would expect to step it up a little bit. So your 1911 that you'd wear to court wouldn't necessarily have a functional grip like this, but might have a stag handled grip or something like that. Maybe a little bit of tooling on it. You should expect your holster to have a little bit of refinement, wear your nice belt and your good boots because you're in court and you're being respectful. Now the step above that is a proper Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we know that Arizona has better barbecue than Texas does in terms of the food. That said, I said that just because Samuel, our director of training, who's
And
from
he walks
Texas,
out.
I just had to disgust him and send him out of the room. But when you're going to go to a proper Texas barbecue, this is a social event. And of course, you would go not only with, a dish to share and proper Texas food, but you would come in with a proper barbecue gun. Now, your proper barbecue gun should be a completely custom 1911. It should be fully tooled. Now, you want to talk about extra stuff. We've got a couple of examples here, one of which, again, this is a Wilson Combat. Now, you look at the tooling on that gun. So a fluted barrel, hand tooling. You don't do that stuff on a press, okay? That is a master engraver who is sitting and doing that. Beautiful custom grips here. We've got another example here.
This is the Gun Crafter.
The Gun Crafter Industries. And just look at the tooling on that gun. Look at these grips. Do you know what wood that is? I'm not a wood master.
I'm pretty sure it's cherry.
Cherry wood grips. So this is the kind of gun here that certainly you could use to defend your life, right? Like that would work especially well because it's been gunsmithed like the Nighthawk.
Absolutely.
And then sent over to the master engraver.
Yes.
Now that gun, in order to go proper to a Texas barbecue, would need a full custom leather holster. Now, of course, we would expect that to be not something as mundane as horsehide or cowhide. We would expect a high-end leather on that, something exotic, maybe a bison, maybe something even more, maybe an African animal or something like that. And we would expect that to be fully tooled. Now, oh God, I hate to ask, taking something that's as amazingly gunsmithed as this and then sending it to the master engraver, what does that add, Jonathan?
Well, these pistols right here, these beautiful barbecue pistols, retail is around $51.95. You caught us on a good weekend. This is the Independence weekend, and if you're interested in one of these beautiful pistols, we'll get you a great deal. But you're going to spend a little bit extra money on the high-end finish. This is a salt blue finish. This is their polished blue finish. You can see that the flats of both the slide and the frame have been polished, so you can see your reflection in them. They've all got nice accoutrements, top of slide serrations, beautiful sights. I love this particular spiral fluting of the barrel chamber. I just think that is just a very handsome addition to the 1911. Now, in my opinion, just my personal opinion, the 1911 is the best firearm on the market for me.
You knew that was good. He looks at me, for me.
The trigger is spectacular. The reset is fast. Now, the downside is with the 45 ACP, obviously you only have 7 or 8 rounds plus 1 in the gun, but you can learn to smoothly do magazine exchanges, and I'm actually really good at it because I've learned to do it. I have to do that because
if
it's
you
a
shoot
lower,
45, you're going to get good at mag changes.
But I'll tell you what, I carry a full-size 1911 every day on my hip. It's big, it's heavy, but I'll tell you what, it is very comforting that I've got a pistol that I know I can trust my life on, that I can hit the target each and every time under pressure. I love the trigger, love the reset, and I love just how smooth the 1911, especially these upper tier 1911s run.
Straight up, guys. I mean, I know everybody talks about how, HK flexes on the pores and stuff like that, and I'm HK's brand ambassador, love my HK, and I carry a Gucci like Wonder Blaster 3000 P30. And I literally say that because I've said this before, that my P30, to put it all together the way that it was, is about a $3,000 Wonder gun. And I ain't even at these yet. So you want to talk about flexing on the pores. To me, carrying one of these guns is like wearing a Rolex. You know what we joke about when you wear a Rolex? When you need to look at the time, you go, yup, still rich. And when it comes time to smoke a fool who needs it, right? To go to work on somebody, you go, man, not only am I going to defend my life, but I'm going to flex on you the entire time.
Yep.
And I know, here's the other thing. Somebody would say, well, gosh, why would you ever carry this? Because then if you get in a gunfight with it, the cops are going to have it for forever. You know, if I spent $5,100 on a gun and it defended my life on the way home from the Texas barbecue and the cops never gave it back to me, that was $5,100 well spent.
Absolutely. If you make it home safe to the family, your family and friends, that's the sweet spot.
That's the
Get
sweet
home
spot.
safely to the people that you love.
So this is the next level, guys. This is like, you want to talk about flexing, okay? So you're never going to really see a modern polymer frame pistol that's going to get into this kind of realm of spending. I suppose you could, but the chances are very slim. Even my Wonder Blaster doesn't come close to this. But if you want a gun that is incredibly refined, that has real history to it, and can become a piece of art that you can carry and defend your life, man, more power to you. So, of course, I know there's going to be some people, Jonathan, that are going to want to kind of talk about these guns. So how are they going to get a hold of you?
Just give us a call, Refiners Firearms, 623-687-7048, or email us at refinersfirearms@gmail.com. refinersfirearms@gmail.com. We'd be honored to answer any questions you may have.
Last thing, I know somebody's going to ask, there's no sponsorship, or we don't have a financial relationship. Jonathan and his wife Dana are friends of mine. They run a fantastic gun shop where they serve their customers one at a time in the shop. Let's get you the right thing that you need. And they're my FFL. I transfer a lot of guns through them, and they're great stuff. So, my friend, thank you for the knowledge.
Thank you very much. Blessings. Happy Independence Day, everybody.